Imagine finding a piece of, like, 19th century history still lodged inside a living animal. It sounds wild, right?
It really does.
But that's exactly what happened with the bowhead whale. They found this old, explosive harpoon head.
Yeah, a bomb lance, I think it was called, manufactured way back, like, between 1879 and 1885.
Exactly. Embedded in a whale they caught. So that whale was already ancient, easily over 100 years old then.
Just incredible. A living time capsule.
Totally. We're talking about Baleen mysticetus, the bowhead. This Arctic giant is the longest-lived mammal we know of, potentially cruising past 200 years.
They really are synonymous with the Arctic environment.
So today, our mission is to dive into this amazing creature, its extreme adaptations, that unbelievable lifespan, and, you know, where it stands today conservation-wise based on the research.
Sounds good. And the
Cool.
first thing that jumps out is just how built for the ice it is,
Right.
like a biological tank.
That massive head, right? The triangular skull.
Exactly. It's not just big, it's reinforced. They use it to literally break through thick sea ice. We're talking meters thick sometimes.
Wow. Just punches right through.
Pretty much. And then there's the mouth. It's just enormous.
Yeah, I read it's like almost 40% of its body length.
That's right. And inside, it has the longest baleen plates of any whale species.
How long are we talking?
They can reach up to 4 meters.
4?
4 meters. All for filtering out tiny crustaceans.
That's staggering. But with all that bulk and living in the freezing Arctic, how do they manage heat, especially with that thick blubber layer?
That's one of the most fascinating bits. They actually have a potential overheating problem when they're, really active, despite the cold water.
So they need to cool down. How?
They have this special tissue in the roof of their mouth, highly vascularized. It's called the corpus cavernosum maxillaris.
Okay, wait. I remember reading this, and this is where it gets kind of weirdly interesting.
Go on.
That tissue. Structurally, it's very similar to the corpus cavernosum in the mammalian penis.
You got it. Histologically, it's remarkably similar. The idea is when the whale is exerting itself, it likely opens its mouth, allowing cold seawater to flow over this engorged tissue.
Acting like a radiator, basically. Pulling heat out of the blood.
Exactly. It's this ingenious, if slightly bizarre, biological solution to prevent hyperthermia when you're wrapped in 40-plus centimeters of blubber.
Nature is truly wild. Speaking of elegant solutions, this feels like a good moment to quickly thank our sponsor.
Good idea.
This deep dive is brought to you by Embersilk. If your business, or even you personally, are looking into AI, maybe training, automation, software development, or just figuring out where AI agents could help you most, check out embersilk.com. They can help you navigate all your AI needs.
Worth checking out.
Okay, so back to the bowhead. Let's link that amazing physiology to its, frankly, mind-bending lifespan. You mentioned 200 years, but genetic estimates push the potential maximum even higher, right?
Yeah, the latest genetic analysis suggests a maximum natural lifespan of possibly 268 years. It's the undisputed longevity champion among mammals.
Which leads to a huge biological question: cancer.
Right. You'd expect an animal with that many cells, thousands of times more than us, and living that long, to have a much higher cancer risk. Simple probability.
But they don't. They seem remarkably resistant to cancer and other age-related diseases, so what's their secret?
It seems to boil down to exceptional genetic maintenance. Scientists mapped their genome and found really interesting mutations in 2 key genes, ERCC1 and PCNA.
And what do those genes do?
They're both heavily involved in DNA repair and replication processes. The mutations in bowheads seem to make these processes incredibly efficient and accurate.
So like a super-powered cellular cleanup crew, fixing damage before it causes problems like cancer or aging.
That's a great way to put it. They seem to have evolved mechanisms for superior DNA damage repair and overall genomic stability. It dramatically cuts down on the accumulation of mutations over their long lives.
Incredible. And beyond just living long, they have complex lives too, right? They're quite vocal.
Oh, very much so, especially during the breeding season. They produce these long, complex songs that change constantly. One study near Greenland recorded something like 184 distinct songs over just 4 years from one population.
Wow. That level of complexity really underscores why their conservation is so important. Commercial whaling hit them hard, historically.
Devastated many populations, absolutely.
Their global status is listed as least concern now, but that doesn't tell the whole story, does it?
Not at all. That global status masks serious regional issues. The population around Svalbard, for instance, is still considered critically endangered. Recovery is slow, and threats remain.
And one of the biggest emerging threats ties back to their ice-breaking adaptation, ironically, climate change.
Precisely. The Arctic ice, which they evolved to navigate and use for protection, is diminishing.
How does that impact them?
Well, less ice cover means more open water, and that's allowing predators like orcas, killer whales, to access areas they previously couldn't, or not as easily.
But orcas are moving further north more often.
We're seeing more frequent sightings in the high Arctic. Historically, bowheads could use heavy ice cover as a refuge from orca attacks. That refuge is shrinking.
Meaning they're more vulnerable to predation now?
It's a serious concern. Increased predation mortality is predicted. The very ice they mastered is disappearing, potentially leaving them exposed.
So the ultimate survivor, this animal that can live for centuries and repair its own DNA almost perfectly, might face its biggest challenge from a rapidly changing environment it didn't create.
It's a stark reminder of how interconnected everything is. Their ancient adaptations are facing modern, accelerated pressures.
Really makes you think about resilience and adaptation in the face of rapid change. A truly fascinating creature.
Absolutely.
Well, that's about all the time we have for this deep dive. If you enjoyed learning about the bowhead whale with us, please subscribe to the show.
Yeah, and maybe leave us a 5-star review if you feel like it.
It genuinely helps get the word out. Thanks so much for tuning in.